guys, welcome back to my channel. So I get questions on Instagram quite often, so I thought it would be fun to do a little Q&A video here answering them for you guys. So I did a little question box on Instagram and I'm going to answer all of them right now. All right, the first question says, can you color Jay-Z extensions? So yes and no, it kind of just depends on what you're using. So it is human hair, so we say you can color them, you can custom tone them. We just recommend doing a demi-permanent color. My favorite color lines to use are Redken Shades EQ, Goldwell Colorants, Joico Lumishine, something that has a lower volume developer like a processing lotion or even 5 volume, just so it's not as intense on the extensions, only because the extensions have already been processed to be the color that they are. So putting permanent color on them can sometimes take a little bit different. It can go really fast because the extensions are so porous, and sometimes it goes even darker than expected. So I like to do demis because they're a little bit softer, they fade out a little bit more naturally, they're not as harsh, and they're a little more like true to what you think it's gonna look like. But with that being said, when you're coloring extensions, always make sure that you're watching them closely. You're never walking away because extensions can do funny things, and sometimes it goes quicker than expected. So just make sure that you're always keeping an eye on it and you know what's happening. And also just make sure that you're adding in the correct tones. For example, if you are taking a blonde, blonde, blonde a little bit darker, or you're adding in low lights to extensions, you have to fill it just like you would the natural hair. Add those warm tones back in so it doesn't go muddy. We also do not recommend bleaching or perming the extensions because that is going to obviously compromise the quality because it's already been processed and it is human hair. Okay, the next question was, how did you grow so fast on social media? Should I have separate accounts and why? I feel like I just got some success because I was posting videos. Every time I would post on YouTube, I would get more followers on Instagram and vice versa. And I think the biggest thing was consistency, and I even say that to people now. Being consistent is like the biggest thing, because if you post, you know, for a week really good, like you're really strong, good content, and then you drop off for a month, people aren't going to be as interested because you don't have that consistency. So just making sure you have a schedule and you treat it like your job, whether it's posting on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, you know, just treating it as part of your job, making sure you're constantly creating content and staying relevant, and making sure that your content is helpful to people, whether you're education based and you're wanting to like bring in other stylists, or you're wanting to cater to your clients and educate them on how to take care of their hair, or just showing your transformations. Make sure that your content is actually bringing something to the table so that people will want to follow you. I think another big thing is just showing my personality and who I am on camera, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram stories. I think people really connect when they can recognize your face and like know the person. I think that that's a big reason why my business has done well, is because people know me as Jessie from Jay-Z Styles and they're invested in me, and that means they want to buy my product. And I know I'm the same for people I follow. If I really enjoy following someone, I want to support them. So I think that does play a big role. As far as having separate accounts goes, I would say it kind of depends on what your target audience is. For me, I have a hair account and a personal account. On my personal account, I do talk about my business, but I can post pictures of my baby and my dogs and my husband and me and clothes, you know, just like more lifestyle stuff. And then in my hair account, that's more like my work. So if you're wanting to do both of those things, then go ahead. But there are people who also have a combined account, kind of like Stu. He has lifestyle and hair, and it's just easier for him to like do one. So it kind of just depends on like how often you're wanting to post lifestyle versus hair. If it's like a ton for each, separates would be better. But if you want to combine it all into one, I think that's great too. Okay, the next question says, how did you start venturing off and start teaching classes? I kind of just went for it. It wasn't really anything I planned to do. I did teach hair school before I started my salon, and I loved doing that. And it was just always a really big passion of mine to teach. So it naturally came to me. I started my YouTube channel. I was teaching on YouTube, so I think that was kind of like a stepping stone to get there. But I just decided to host a class one day at my salon, and it went really well. How I started teaching out of the state though was there was a One Tree Hill convention in North Carolina, and that's one of my favorite TV shows. And I was like, you know what? I want to go so bad. And like, what if I did a class out there while I was there? And my whole family thought I was crazy, but I did it. I launched a class and it sold out in like 2 days. We had 2 classes, and we got to take our whole team and we went to North Carolina. We taught the classes, we went to the convention, and we all were like, this is a once in a lifetime. This is never going to happen again. And then as soon as people started seeing that we were teaching outside of the state, we got more and more requests. And then we were going to California, and then we were going to Florida, and it just kind of like started picking up speed. And it's crazy because now 3 years later, that's literally my biggest job I do, is educating. We're out of the state every other weekend doing extension certifications, color classes, shadow days now where we do hair in other states, and it's just so much fun. But my biggest piece of advice if you want to start teaching is literally just go for it. You're never going to be ready. I look back at like my first classes and they've changed so much since then, but every class teaches you something and you learn and you get better, and that's just part of the process. Okay, the next one says, how to word add-on services to increase your ticket price. This is such a good question because I think that add-on services are a great way for stylists to make more money, but it can scare away your clients so easily. For example, just two things I can think of is one, adding Olaplex. You can tell your client the benefits of Olaplex all day long, why they need to have it and use it, but the fact that it's like $25 extra, sometimes they're gonna say no. Same thing goes for like a toner. You're gonna, need to get the toner on your hair to get that icy white blonde you want. Your hair doesn't pull that way, but they may think if it's extra, don't do it. So since clients don't necessarily understand add-ons, I would just build them into your prices. So for example, here at our salon, we have packages. We have the Jay-Z blonde, the Jay-Z half blonde, and the Jay-Z partial blonde. We have a Jay-Z brunette. All of our colors are done in packages like that. And in the package, it breaks down what comes in it. So I put a visual up on the screen so you guys can see, but I'm gonna read it just so you understand. Basically, we just raised all of our prices so that it included all of this, and then additional add-ons would be extra mixes that the client can't really say no to. So for example, a Jay-Z blonde, this is what the description is. The Jay-Z blonde is our specialty. This would be considered a transformation. A full head of foils, tipped out ends, toning, styling, and photos. The base price is $260 and can vary depending on extra product used for your hair. We cap this service out at $450. So basically our Jay-Z blonde includes all of that. The Olaplex, toning, styling, foiling, low lighting, and it includes your first 3 mixes of color. So your first 3 bowls of lightener, we kind of built that into the pricing. And then that way, if you need to mix up extra lightener, extra toner, it's $20 extra for an extra bowl of lightener and $10 extra for an extra bowl of color or a toner or something like that. And that's something the client can't really fight because the longer and thicker their hair is, that's when it will range. So if they only use 3 bowls of lightener and just like 1 toner, it's gonna be $260, but we cap it at $450 just in case it turns into a color correction or it turns into something crazy where they need 10 bowls of lightener, you just never know. So I think building packages out for your salon services is the best thing you can do because it gives your client so much within that experience and they know that they're paying for everything they're getting, but they're not gonna say no to any of it either. Okay, someone said, how much would a Jay-Z experience be? Putting this on my Christmas list, color and extensions. That's so sweet, thank you so much. It kind of depends on what you want. Our color ranges anywhere from $110 up to $450, just depending on what it is that you want, whether you're blonde, brunette, if you want a full head, or if it's just an all over color. And then extensions kind of range too. The best way to get a quote for extensions is to text me at this number right here. This is how we book all of our hair appointments. Tell us what you want and we can let you know. But you can also go onto our website, get an idea of the extensions you'd want, how many bags you would need, and that will give you the price of those. And then I can also tell you our pricing for what we charge when you text us. So if anyone's interested in ever getting your hair done, Stu and I do hair days usually once or twice a month. Usually it's in Utah, but then sometimes we do it out of state. Okay, so we also have a Dallas one coming up and an Arizona one coming up, and then we do them in Utah too. So if you want to get your hair done, you can come get your hair done as a client, or you can come shadow us as a stylist, and it's a full day. You get to shadow, see everything we do from color to extensions. You get a gift bag, you get lunch, and it's just like a day at Jay-Z, and it's super fun. Okay, someone said, do you hire seasoned stylists 5 to 10 years in the industry? Yes, we hire anyone that would want to work here that we think would be a good fit. Basically, our hiring process goes like this. We have a sit-down interview. If we like you then, we do a technical interview where you basically shadow and assist someone at the salon all day, and we just get a feel for how you work with clients and other people and your skill set and everything like that. And then if we hire you, we have a co-stylist program that you have to start out at no matter how long you've been in the industry, whether it's been 5 months or 5 years or even longer. Everyone has to start here because you basically get trained on everything Jay-Z. How to do extensions our way, you get certified, so you get a lot of free education and training, which is awesome. We have you do pass-offs. We have a 7-page worksheet, and it's just incredible because there's so many different things you pass off just to ensure that you're doing things the way that our clients expect. And you also have to watch some of the videos that we have, like the educational training videos. You have to shadow receptionists for a day and learn how to check clients out, how to schedule clients, things like that. And then there's just so many other things that go into it. And you get to actually be paid hourly to shadow certain stylists and get these things passed off. And we tell everyone we hire, it's at your own pace. You can finish this program as quickly or as slowly as you want. If you are a seasoned stylist, you know what you're doing, you're gonna finish it pretty quick, and then you can move on to the floor. If you are someone who just started out and maybe you want more experience with assisting, then you're gonna be a co-stylist a little bit longer, and that's okay. You get paid to do it, and then once your worksheet's passed off, that's all your pass-offs, and you can move move onto the floor. And then we have a few different levels of commission, and then you can earn your way to booth rent based off of the levels and the requirements. And if you are a salon owner interested in doing a program like this at your salon, we actually have it on our website. I'm gonna put a little visual right here, and I will link it in the description box below. But basically you can buy our salon training program, and it's our co-stylist training program. It gives you the 7-page worksheet, so if you hire a new stylist, you can have them do this. Or if you just need a salon structure and ideas, it gives you our whole level system and breakdown. And it's only $25 for both of those. So if you need help on where to start with training stylists and having a program, I would check that out. All right, next question says, what happened to your clothing boutique? So this is a question I get a lot. I did talk about it here on YouTube and Instagram, but I know things get lost and maybe not everyone saw it. But basically Action J was doing so well. We had it for a little over a year and it was incredible. When we decided to stop doing it, it was doing the best it ever was. We were doing photo shoots all the time, new arrivals, they were selling out so quickly, retail was doing great, but it was becoming a lot of work. And we could have hired more people just to help with it, but honestly, I feel like the reason it was doing so well is because I was so involved and I was super passionate about the pieces we were picking out. I was modeling everything. I was doing all the descriptions. And if I handed it over to someone else, it wouldn't be as personal. And everything I do, I feel like I need to have a hand in. So it was kind of coming to the point where I have a baby and a husband and the business, education, salon, so many things behind the scenes, YouTube, content, I can't even tell you how busy it is. And clothing was just another thing that was kind of too much to do. It was becoming way too time consuming and I loved doing it, but I kind of had to make that choice of something had to go and that was it, unfortunately. So we kind of just stopped doing it. We actually had a lot of inventory left over, so we ended up donating it to women's shelters, and that was a really cool thing to be able to do. And we gave it to people in need, which was awesome. And maybe in the future we will do it again, but as of right now, it's just a little too much for me. But something exciting we've been doing is more merch, so like Jay-Z clothing. So t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, pants. We actually have those on our website now, so I will link those in the description box below as well. You can get Jay-Z merch, and those are really cozy and comfortable. Okay, someone else said, how do you keep your salon so clean? Do you have someone come and clean? Yes, we have cleaners come and clean the salon. I think they come every other Sunday or something. We are pretty strict with our cleaning regimen at our salon. Our stylists have to clean their stations, their workspaces, their lockers, and we do station and locker checkoffs every week just to make sure everything's staying tidy. And then we also have our receptionists and the girls who work out on the floor doing things like that, cleaning throughout the day, and then we have the deep cleaners come every other week. Okay, someone said, I am going to attend the Forum Academy in American Fork, which is where I went to school. What was your experience there? I loved the Forum. I thought it was a great school. I tell everyone that school kind of just gives you this much, and they all have the same curriculum for the most part. Some schools are better than others. But you learn this much, you learn the basics, and then when you graduate, that's your time to assist and learn and do so many other things that are just going to expand it. So I feel like the school is important, but honestly the most important thing no matter what school you go to is just putting your head down, getting the work done, and finishing on time. Don't skip school, don't do that. I did that and I had to pay for extra hours and it took me way longer. And I know it gets tempting, but just don't do that. Focus on it, learn as much as you can in school, and then when you graduate, you're going to be ready to learn even more in the real world. But I loved the Forum. It was a really, really great school, and I had a really great experience there. So if you're in Utah, that would be a great school for you. But let me know if you guys think that Jay-Z should do a school, because that might be an interesting idea. All right, someone else said, will you be doing a Black Friday sale on hair, specifically the J-Tide West? We always do a Black Friday sale. It's our biggest sale of the year, so stay tuned. We will be announcing it very, very soon. And I know that we are going to be having sales on so many things, and we're going to have a lot of exciting things going on. So I will do a video right before Black Friday telling you guys all of the details about what the sale will be. Make sure you're also following us on Instagram because we're going to be posting about it there as well. Okay, the last question I'm going to answer says, what would you consider when choosing the best extension type for different clients? I love this question because in our trainings we talk about how extensions are not one size fits all. There's going to be a different method and a different weft or a different technique for someone, versus another person in your chair. There's going to be so many different things, and that's why at our trainings we teach you guys 2 bead foundations, 2 stitching patterns, and 2 different weft types so that you have options for every client. We also do offer tape-ins and clip-ins as well with our line, so there are options for everyone, and I feel like you should never pigeonhole yourself to one method because every client's going to have different needs. So if you have a client that has really fine, thin hair, for example, between a machine and a hand-tied, which for us is a J-tied is what we call it, I would do a J-tied because that's going to lay flatter and a machine might be too bulky. But if a client has really thick, coarse hair, a machine might be better because it's going to give them them that thickness to match their own hair type. It also depends on their lifestyle too. We have 2 different bead foundations, the Jay-Z Styles bead foundation and the Unseen, which hides your beads. And depending on if they wear their hair up a ton, if they work out a lot, it's gonna vary which foundation is gonna be better for them. So there's just so many different things that play a factor, and I would just make sure you're talking to them about their lifestyle, their budget, their hair type, everything like that. If they have any allergies, that plays a role into it as well. And if you are interested in learning more about Jay-Z hair and our installation types and getting certified, you can check out all of our classes in the description box below. It will change your life. We also have payment plans to make it even easier as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I answered your questions. I also did a little part 2 of this on my podcast. I had some overflow questions I didn't answer here. I will link that episode in the description box below as well. And then let me know if you guys would like a part 2 Q&A. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.